That's true. It might have changed in the last few months. They've been really upset about it.
They'll feel much better when they see this interview.
Right. Reminded of my sexual exploits at 5th grade, which they probably had to go to therapy to get over and stop to relive it.
But did you see this one?
That sounds so made up, but I will just never forget.
Hilarious. Love it. Go ahead. So we're listing off your strengths.
Humility, obviously. No, I'm just kidding. Not at all. I think I'm good at being calm in difficult situations.
Like now.
Under pressure. Good at arguing for things that I'm good at being persuasive.
Good at dating poor guys.
Ugh. I'm like an expert at that now. I've dated so many. And I know everyone had such an issue with me dating beneath me.
Yeah,
but it's like, if
great.
you could see the ring of men that I have,
Tell me, like, some tidbits from that humiliating dive to the dumpster of life.
Dumpster. It's funny because I got so much flack for that, for saying that I don't date beneath
me. Yeah,
yes.
Funny that. I wonder why.
But I think that people took that in a way that I didn't mean it. There are certain things I value, and if someone else doesn't value them, I would consider it beneath me. That doesn't mean it's not like an income level. It's not like, if the guy is not making a certain level of money, it's beneath me. It's more like, I really value education. If you were to set me up with someone who doesn't value education, I would say it's beneath me. Not in some sort of global perspective of, value of education, but I know that that's what I want. So I'm not going to date someone who doesn't value that. Similarly, I'm really ambitious and hardworking. I value those things. If you were to set me up with someone who was
lazy,
yeah, I also would say that that's beneath me. Other people might not. Other people, if there are plenty of girls that are lazy, set them up with someone lazy and they won't be beneath them. But I definitely look for shared values. So I'm going to stick with that and just stick with my definition of what beneath me is.
Was there ever a point when you thought, oh boy, I've hit rock bottom in the dating?
Oh God, so many times. I dated younger than me.
How much younger?
Not that much.
Were they legal?
Very much so. I think the youngest person I dated, I went to law school with, when I was 26, he was like 22 or 23.
Did you appreciate how much energy and vigor he had?
Unfortunately, it didn't translate like that. No. I think that felt like I was taking steps backwards in my love life. So I was really like, God, what am I doing? I feel like I'm the first girl this man has ever touched.
Is that a good feeling?
Well, I guess on some levels it could be. On some levels, I mean, no woman in their 20s is going to say, like, I want to have sex with a 15-year-old boy because they're so talented and experienced. The reasons that we all want men a little bit older than that are valid, good reasons.
Yeah.
So that was a low.
What's the oldest that you dated?
Maybe late 30s. Not that much of an age
39 or
range.
31?
Like 39. Like, he might be 40 now. Maybe early 40s. So.
Was he a professor?
No comment. No.
Have you dated any of your teachers?
No.
You don't have to answer.
No.
Have you worked on a kibbutz?
I have not. I went to visit one when I was in Israel. I would very much like to.
Have you ever fired a gun?
No. but I am dying to go to the driving range. It's one of those things that I've
Driving range?
Sorry.
You're going to take a gun to the driving range? To the Calabasas golf course? And like,
you can
whip
see how
out,
much
like,
experience I've had with a gun. This is why I need to go to the firing range, excuse me. I've always wanted to. But no, I've never fired a gun.
Do you like men in uniform? Firefighters, policemen, soldiers?
No.
No, that's not it. Okay. What does 3L mean?
I'm a third-year law student. There are only 3 years of law school, so
Okay.
my third year means I'm almost done. I have 1 semester left. If they let me graduate after all this, after all these divulsions.
Okay, so you've been on 1 or 2 dates, right? Maybe 3 or 4. So, when you start opening up and sharing about yourself, do you find yourself saying the same thing, or do you find yourself revealing different parts of yourself to each person you meet?
It really depends, like how close in time they are to each other. If I go on 2 dates in 1 week, especially like 2 first dates, yeah, they're pretty repetitive. But over the course of a few months, probably not. I feel like I'm constantly in a new place, thinking differently, learning new things, having different experiences. So I tend to share what's going on with me at that point, and it's probably always a little different. So no, I don't feel like it's always the same. I mean, I also don't get that deep that quick. I try not to throw all that emotional baggage out there.
Yeah, talk about the restraining orders that you had taken out against you.
No, you and I have moved very fast, actually.
Psychiatric hospital
Yes,
for 6
right,
months.
exactly.
Breakdown after you had your heart broken.
Right.
Thought you were
right.
going to die of a broken heart.
No, I had the suicide attempt.
Yeah, the suicide attempt.
No.
You normally wear long sleeves so you can cover
Right.
up those
That's
slashed
a second
wrists.
or third date reveal, not a first date.
Have any of your dates ended up on a bus? Like I said, okay, we're going to dinner, so let's catch the bus. Or
In college.
okay,
Yeah.
that's not so bad in college.
And I was in Chicago, so people took public transportation there. So, yeah.
How is love and dating different in Chicago than Los Angeles?
I think Los Angeles is pretty unique to, unique to itself in dating. There are so many pretty girls willing to hook up. Not just pretty girls, but
Here in LA.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that men, at some point start to expect that. Like, I can't believe I have.
Maybe in the secular world.
I have, friends that are, average catches, and it's like they could sleep with like a different model every month.
Really? And they
they
find that fulfilling.
Well, I can't
Just seems
speak
so
for them.
empty.
I can't speak for them, but I think that just changes dating. I mean, I know myself pretty well. I have great, smart, talented girlfriends that are successful and incredible catches, and they're not doing what the 18-year-old actress who just moved here from Kentucky is doing. But I think that men build up certain expectations. So I find my friends and I sort of trying to convince men that those expectations are not rational or reasonable, or not going to get them what they want.
What sort of expectations do
That they can find a relationship with a girl while doing that. That having sex.
You mean sleeping around isn't a
Yeah.
good way to get into a relationship?
It's not that, it's that they think it won't affect their pursuit of a relationship.
Oh, so they can like sleep around and pursue a relationship at the same time.
They don't believe they're mutually exclusive. Right. And